Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're out at the range with a new upper receiver that's being manufactured by BCM. You may have heard about it already. I know that Larry Vickers has talked about it, and at least one other channel I've seen on YouTube has talked about this upper. And it's an improvement over the standard AR15 M16 A2 upper. And from an appearance, just looking at it outwardly, you'll notice right away that the forward assist is moved forward. It has a much smaller ejection port buffer. And you may notice that right around the ejection port, there's considerably more material. This upper is manufactured out of T7076 forged aluminum, and it is, in my opinion, a fairly substantial improvement over the standard AR-15 A2 upper assembly. Now, the A2 was a rifle that the Marine Corps had originally adopted. That was an improvement, obviously, over the A1, and one of the areas that the A2 improved the rigidity of the gun was back here, where the receiver extension would screw into the receiver, because this was a common area to break under hard use. So this was beefed up. Now, if you look at the left-hand side of the Mark II receiver from BCM, you'll notice the cam slot, where the cam rotates in the bolt carrier, has now been seriously beefed up this entire area. Now, what's interesting about the M16 is there's relatively small area right here where the barrel slides into the upper receiver. And typically you can just slide that barrel right in. There's a pin that indexes, you put a nut on there, holds everything together. But the weight of this barrel is pretty substantial for such what's considered fairly thin aluminum. Well, the Mark II receiver beefs that up considerably, so much so that perhaps some standard rail systems may not work with this new upper because they'll index sometimes off the front of this receiver. This is much thicker now, so you might run into some issues. What's on the gun right now is a Cac Rail system. This is set up in an SPR type configuration, but it definitely makes this whole front part of the receiver more rigid. Now, does that equate into better accuracy? We see about 1 MOA accuracy out of this gun with match ammunition. The barrel on this receiver does not easily slide into the receiver. With the standard AR-15, you just slide it in till that pin hits and tighten the bolt down and off you go. This one's going to require that you apply heat. The barrel won't simply slide into the upper receiver, so it has a much tighter fit. So again, you'll heat up the receiver a little bit, slide it in, then go ahead and crank that nut down. So I thought that was relatively interesting as well. Now, does that again relate to better accuracy? I can't say that it does, at least not in this particular rifle, but I don't shoot a whole lot of match ammunition out of it. But what little I have has given me about 1 MOA accuracy on a 5-shot group at 100 yards. This rifle is set up with an 18-inch barrel, but you'll notice it has a pinned low-profile gas block, and it is a rifle-length gas system, so it's an extremely pleasant rifle to shoot. Now, before the internet experts give me a hard time about my bipod being mounted backwards, guys, this is an Atlas bipod, and you can fold the legs any way you like. When I'm shooting off of a rest, I like to have the legs back because it adds a little bit of height, and so that's why you see them set up that way. So figured I'd address that before the comment section exploded down below and I had to pin a comment that I didn't want to pin. So anyway, we're going to do a little bit of shooting with this rifle. On top, we do have a Athlon. This is an Aries BTR. These are available at Copper Custom. We've been carrying the Athlon scopes for a while now, and quite honestly, I'm really impressed with them. They have very affordable models and they have higher end models. And this one is kind of a mid-tier option, or mid-tier model. This one has magnification from 4.5 all the way over to 27 power, adjustable ocular eyepiece, so you can set it up for your eyes, and turrets that have, nice visibility and nice click adjustments, illuminated reticle, and your parallax adjustments for different ranges. So yeah, I've really been impressed with these, and I think other reviews I've seen online have been fairly positive on the Athlon scope. So again, you can find those over at Copper Custom. So let's do a little bit of shooting with this rifle. I think it's a really nice looking build. It's optioned the way that I wanted it with the collapsible stock, the Cac Rail. The 18-inch barrel does have a 1-in-8 twist, which is a chrome-lined barrel and chamber. So let's have some fun with this rifle, do a little bit of shooting, and talk about one other feature that I think is really unique about this forward assist. There's a reason why they moved it forward. We'll talk about that once we start shooting. We would like to thank our friends over at Big Daddy Unlimited, we call them BDU, for helping to make this video and other videos possible. You're probably wondering, what is BDU? Well, if you have a Sam's Club membership or a Costco membership, it's pretty much the same concept. Once you become a member, you're allowed entry into their little domain of really good prices. And sometimes you have to dig around to find a good price, but just about anything you can think of is available at BDU. So your first month you can get for just 99 cents. Drop by, see if it's for you. If you'd like to stay a member, you can get 20% off your ongoing membership if you go to militaryarms.org. Right at the top of our website, you're going to see a link. Click that link, and you can get 20% off. So swing by and check them out. Let's do some shooting at 100 and 150 and maybe even walk it out to 200 yards. Again, we're just still using the 55 grain American Eagle stuff, and we've seen really good performance with it. This does have a 1-in-8 twist barrel on it. It's a heavy profile barrel. The gun's settling in nice. I've probably got about 300 rounds through it now, and so I'm seeing pretty much the best accuracy I'm going to see out of it. It does seem to like the 69 grain match ammunition from Federal, the gold medal match, but it's doing surprisingly well with the 55 grain stuff out here this afternoon. So yeah, everything seems to be really shooting nicely with the rifle. Now, how that compares to my Mark 12 with the standard A2 upper, we'll have to do a direct comparison in another video and see if this actually truly shoots better, because I do have a heavy profile barrel on it and we have those reinforcements on the upper receiver. Now, about that forward assist, you'll notice there's a good distance here between the rear of the forward assist and the T-handle. If you take a look at a standard A2, you'll notice that the forward assist is slightly behind the T-handle. And if you're a left-handed shooter and you want to run the gun, left-handed shooters sometimes would get their fingers stuck between the T-handle and the actual forward assist, and it would cause, pain, a nuisance. So moving that forward assist actually makes quite a lot of sense. Now, some folks would say just remove the forward assist, it serves no purpose, but you can see it's a smaller design, less weight, it's more compact. And for those folks like myself, I'll pull the bolt to the rear, check the chamber, see if there's a round in there, and then I'll use the forward assist to push it home. But when I've needed a forward assist for its intended purpose to force a round home that wasn't fitting normally, it's never really served that purpose well. And I'm of the mindset, if a round doesn't want to go into chamber, when you let the bolt go on it, beating on it with the forward assist is probably a bad idea. Just get the round out of the gun and go for the next round in the magazine. It's probably going to serve you better than the forward assist. But yeah, I know some people don't like them. They serve their purpose, especially for silently checking whether or not your weapon's loaded. The other thing, this charging handle that they're using on this gun is really kind of nice. It's a new design. It does not have ambi release, but it's set up for a right-handed user, but it sticks out past the optic, and I can still operate it with my left hand. So I really kind of like that new charging handle design. All right, let's start off at 100 yards, and then we'll walk out to 200 and see what we get here. See if I can shoot him in the eye at 100. Popped him right in the eyeball. Let's walk him out to the 200-yard line. Go for that center flapper. Things are doing really good at 150. Let's try to take out that hostage taker. Got him. Wow. Guys, this is a shooting machine. I really like it. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. I think that Mark II Upper looks really smart. I can't complain about the reinforcements. I think they actually look really good on the rifle. It's going to add a little bit of weight, but not enough to be significant in the overall grand scheme of things, especially as configured here as I have it as a SPR. But yeah, man, very cool. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed coming out this afternoon and learning a little bit more about the Mark II Upper receiver from Bravo Company. You can find them at coppercustom.com. I'm a huge fan of BCM rifles. If you're not watching our series that we're doing an endurance test on a AR15 manufactured by BCM, we have an entire playlist. Go check it out because I think you'll be impressed on what these rifles are actually capable of in terms of taking a lot of abuse and not being cleaned or lubricated. But if you'd like to support us here at the Military Arms Channel, we are not funded by the gun companies. We are supported by you, our viewers, so we can be as honest as humanly possible. YouTube has demonetized gun channels and other channels as well. It's not just the firearms community. So we rely on you, our viewing audience, and you can support us best by becoming a Patreon family member. There is a link down below. Click that link, check it out, and consider becoming part of our Patreon family. Also, real quick and easy, a great way to support us is right here on YouTube. There's a YouTube membership program. Underneath your video player, you'll notice there's a button that says join. Give it a click, check it out, and consider becoming part of our YouTube membership program family right here again on YouTube. Guys, thanks for 12 years of support. We'll talk to you guys soon. Such a sweet shooting rifle. Take care, guys.